average person has no idea about it. He probably hits more fairways and hits more greens than Tiger. But he doesn't even come close to Tiger Woods. You watch Tiger Woods when he's playing. I was at Augusta this last year, and I was sitting in the downstairs, and he walked through with all his bodyguards there, and he walked through there. He was so focused that if he saw his mother there, or his father, or his wife, he wouldn't know. I'm not kidding. He was so focused. And that's what wins the tournament. You only win usually those big tournaments by one shot.
Is this before he teed off?
This is before he's on his way to the putting. He was so focused. He wakes up in the morning and he starts. And that's what I do. When I wake up in the morning, I put my shoes on slowly. I shaved a lot slower that day than a major championship. I always shaved a lot slower. I spoke to my wife in a softer tone and slower. And I drove out to the course. I said to the courtesy car driver, I said, please drive slowly. Because you've got to get yourself in that reverie, in that mood. You've got to have a clear mind. And probably the only reason that Tiger Woods hasn't won a major in the last 5 years is because his mind hasn't been as clear as it was before. And it's coming clear now, and he probably will win more majors in the future. It's going to be very interesting to see. But you can see the mind, when I played golf, man, I mean, I had 6 children. I lived in South Africa and had to travel over here 40 hours to America. Stopping 4 times, sitting up like this, no jets, flying in the where the storms were, no disposable diapers, no courtesy cars to meet. Really, I mean, you take that crappy nappy and wash it out and put it back on. Ladies don't understand all the stuff that's happening today. I mean, I just came from South Africa a week ago, and I got on the plane, and I was in business class, and I lay flat, and it was 17 hours, and I slept for 14 hours. I mean, what a change. So the thing is that you come back to the mind, and that, you know, this is the whole secret to the game, and we haven't scratched the surface of it. We haven't. When I played, and Jack Nicklaus knows it, Jack said, you were the only guy who wasn't scared of him. Because when I played him, he knew I was going to beat him. He knew I believed it. It's interesting, the mind, that when I stood on the tee with Arnold and Jack, and I look back now, and as you get older, your mind is inclined to get weaker, so are your muscles, and so are your movements, and that's natural. I was sitting on the airplane the other day, and I said, you know, it's interesting. I got on the tee, and they were stronger than me, but I was always fitter than they, way fitter. And I stood on the tee. I always felt I was stronger than them, psychologically. It's interesting how I stood there. Can you imagine the nerve, or the cockiness, or whatever you want to call it, confidence? There's a fine line between being arrogant, or positive, or cocky. It's a fine line. You can't go on the tee. Or the greatest word, which is essential in life, is to be humble. But the difference between being cocky and humble is that. Because you're going to be humble. If you don't believe you're going to do it, nobody's going to do it for you. Particularly, this is one game. You know, it's not like we play rugby, which is a very tough sport. No padding. You've got that ball, this big man's coming to tackle you, you get rid of the ball. You're relieved of the problem. You're relieved of the problem. All sports, you're playing soccer, you pass it to your partner, you're relieved. No way you can pass the ball to anybody in this game. It's going to eat you up alive. This game is so damn mean when you play for a living. It is so mean. You cry, you suffer. I'm telling you that Tiger Woods, the best player in the world, he goes to bed every night of his life saying, I'm the best player in the world. Why cannot hit the driver and put it on the fairway? I'm the best in the world. I'm telling you, he thinks of that every night of his life. It drives him nuts. He'd never admit it. So I read Golf Digest. It says, Phil Mickelson teaching you how to drive. I said, whoa. That's like Ray Charles teaching me how to walk a tightrope. I mean, it's unbelievable. But this is the big thing. You see, you've got to believe. Tiger Woods gets out there, and you can see it's a difference. He believes he's going to beat you. And these guys get the vibes. They get the vibes that he is going to beat them. And so the mind honest to goodness, and the big thing is, you know, when you meet a man like President Mandela, that I spent a lot of time with, and we raised $20 million for young black children in South Africa, and I spent a lot of time with him. Wow, man, did I learn a lot from this. He goes to jail. Can you imagine? Whitey puts you in jail for 20 years. He had 5 years of basic house arrest, but 20 years in a cell that's from here to that gentleman there and to their wife. So you're in that cell, and they treat you like a dog, like a junkyard dog. And he comes out, and you meet him, and I said to him, man, how can you not hate Whitey? How can you not have revenge? He says, you got to forgive. Forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive them that trespass against us. And he says, too many people live with revenge in their hearts and hatred, and it poisons your system. There was a green apple there. He said, that green apple, look at that color, Gary. He says, it's got to be like that inside. It's not like that being on the outside, and it's all rotten on the inside. He said, you've got to forgive. He said, you can't forget, but you've got to forgive. And he said, now, which I knew the strongest word that ever exists, because I had a tough life. The strongest word that exists is love. Because if you give love, you get it back. Wherever I go, I'm in the airport, guys come up, Gary, I love you, man. I love you. China, India, Africa, Japan, doesn't matter where the hell it is. What a gift for people to say that. It just does something for your soul, man. You feel like you're going to just live forever. And Nelson Mandela was incredible. And I'll tell you an incredible story. The people that put him in jail. Now remember, he goes to jail for doing the right thing, not the wrong thing. Think about that. He goes to jail because he wants democracy and freedom and a place for everybody and equality for everybody. And he goes to jail because of that, because those rednecks didn't believe him. Same as you had in America. And he comes out, and the two husbands always die before the damn wives, I don't know why. So the two husbands are dead, but the two wives are alive, and they live in a little old redneck white neighborhood. And he phones them and he says, I'm coming to have tea with you. So the ladies obviously thought he was joking. This is not possible. No, that's not Nelson Mandela. He says, it is. I'm coming to have tea with you. And he goes in and he has tea. And basically his message was, I've come here to show you that I don't hate you. Even though your husband's put me in jail, I have no hate in my heart for you. Now, you know, when you meet people like that, when you were with him, every time I was with him, which was a lot, I cried. I said, today, I'm not going to cry. Damn it, I see him, and the helicopter arrives, and all our guests are waiting. And as I go to open the helicopter, it's my job. I open up the helicopter, he says, Gary, do you still remember me? That's how humble. How humble. And I mean, just everything he did. He sits at my daughter's restaurant. Call all those children up. All the children came round, sat on his lap and spoke to them. This is the thing that I learned from him. You go to a restaurant and you have dinner. Every time I watched him, and all these people were in the room, after the dinner, he went to every waiter and said, thank you very much indeed for looking after me tonight. Now, I've been around every president of the United States for 50 years. I've never seen one of them do it. I've been around the emirs of the Middle East, the royal family, movie stars, athletes. I've never seen anybody do it. I mean, he just had a feeling of love. It was incredible. I mean, and that's what Mahatma Gandhi had. That's what Mahatma Gandhi had. That's what all the great leaders of the world have all got, that great love and respect for people. And so you learn so much all your life. And that's what you've got to have, and you relate that to golf now. If you don't have respect for this game, it's going to eat your lunch. Tom Watson, a superstar. We're not talking about stars, superstar. Never won a tournament for 10 years. Ian Baker Finch was on his way to being a great star. Never played well again. David DeVal was #1 in the world. He got so bad, he could not go and win on the ladies' tour, off the ladies' tees. I'm not joking, I'm serious. He just couldn't hit it. So you never know about this game. You better treat it with respect and gratitude. Let's think for 1 minute without being too philosophical. Every one of you standing here today, are in the top 1% of the planet. And think about what I just said. There's 7 billion people or 9 billion people in the world. You're in the 1%. I tell kids when I go and talk to America, you take the greatest country in the world, without a question, without the United States of America. They've been great Samaritans. They've helped everybody around the world. Nobody appreciates it. They don't like America. Basically, there are some countries that do, but basically they don't. They're jealous. They don't like them. And Winston Churchill said, "What have I done for you lately? Why do you hate me?" And that's the truth, unfortunately.